Let's call this first rundown the news behind the bullshit news, okay? But before we do that, as the resident uterus, Roe v. Wade struck down today. Your take?
Well, it's disappointing, Charlie. You know, it now becomes a massive political hot potato as it falls in the laps of the states. But people have to remember that federal law takes precedent over state law. And now every time we shift leadership in every state, you know, it's going to be an issue. The interesting thing is that the Supreme Court ruled yesterday that states were not capable of deciding whether or not, I mean, in terms of gun and their ability to carry a gun and those laws. But yet today they said, oh, sure, but you can make that decision about a woman's right to choose. I think it's unfortunate.
It's an interesting parallel, Karen. It really is. Here's the local angle. The Michigan angle is, hypothetically, our 1931 law goes into effect, which is you may not have an abortion for any reason unless it threatens the woman's life, not if you're raped, not incest. That's on hold. The Court of Claims has put a stay on that. I'm sure that's going to be challenged, and here it comes. Here it comes. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say it.
Charlie, what happens while all of this is going through legal wrangling? You know, so if a woman is, you know, at a point where she was or should consider an abortion, what happens now? I mean, isn't this a major gray area, and how does that compromise her well-being or the well-being of an unborn child?
Well, in the state of Michigan, it remains the same. There's a stay. In where was this last case?
Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 15 weeks in Mississippi. I believe it's no abortion at all in Oklahoma.
Yeah, that would just pass not that long ago.
But you're so right about that, Karen, about guns and abortion. And in 24 hours, the Supreme Court just launched us into a new era.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That is amazing. Wherever you're at on it, I'm going to say, I might as well. Might as well just stop hiding. I'm pro-life, and I believe in your choice. How's that?
I think that's the majority of people, but...
So I do believe there's a petition going around to put this question to the ballot as an amendment to the state constitution. I would sign it, but I never sign anything as a reporter. But I just want to let you all know that. I mean, I'm not... But then again, the Supreme Court says I do have a say in it.
Who's collecting these signatures?
Even if I don't have a uterus, Karen, apparently I do have a say in it. And I would like to say, okay, but, you know, not 9 months and you're vacuuming the kid's head off. Does that make any sense?
No.
But no, in New York, it's 9 months. Yeah. Each state makes its own laws.
But that to me also seems like it compromises the safety of the mother as well. I mean, that's very far along.
Yeah, that's true too. And you know what? What if a kid is stillborn?
Yeah.
Right? The kid just is stillborn. Isn't it incumbent upon the authorities to investigate that in case it wasn't an abortion? Is that what we're getting into now? This is tremendous.
Well, you know, and I think, too, we also need to have the other side of the conversation for people that are just so, you know, I mean, I understand, you know, those that are pro-life. I respect that. And not just pro-life, but anti-pro-choice. You know, like you said, Charlie, everybody doesn't have that. But, you know, interestingly, last night, one of the gubernatorial candidates was asked, you know, what would you do? You know, you talk about bringing a child into the world if a mother or the parents are incapable of raising that child, you know, and again, the circumstances that led to that pregnancy, you know, are also an issue. And, you know, it was interesting. He says, well, you know, I've talked to some of my colleagues and we thought that, you know, we'd be able to provide support for 3 months. Like, what does that mean? And how does...
What the fuck? You want to cut the social safety net. You want to give handouts to billionaires. The young woman's telling you she can't raise it, and like you're on your own. Yeah. So I hope we really look into the crevices of the adoption system, foster care.
Yeah, I just hope there's not more unwanted children, you know, like little kids and then teenagers.
Well, kids are wanted, so...
No, I know, but they're... And this, believe me, I don't think we're at that point yet, but an unwanted child is worse than an unwanted fetus.
Let's make a push somewhere to link children that their mothers can't or fathers can't handle and give them to people that want to hug that child.
Yeah, but Charlie, that whole foster care system is nothing but,
Adoption.
But this is the thing. There also needs to be conversation about responsible behavior so that you don't encourage unwanted pregnancies.
I'm sorry. Now I got to get mad at you. That's so NPR. Every time I turn on NPR, welcome joining the conversation. I'm tired of conversation. I want some stuff done.
You need to understand, and you have athletes, and you have all these people that that can easily buy a pack of condoms. People need to understand that.
Oh, Karen's blaming unwanted children on athletes now.
Okay,
I heard it.
Next topic.
Oh, thank you. Okay.